desperately searching for wisdom. Some context on Job, the torture he went through. His donkeys and ox were taken. Lightning burned his sheep. The Babylonians stole his camels. His kids were with their older brother's house and were killed by four winds. Even after all this happened, Job was still loyal to God. So Satan went back and put painful sores all over his body. The reason behind this? They didn't know. All they knew was that this one plentiful man was brought to nothing. Lastly, Job's friends are jerks. Other than his wife telling him to curse God and die, his friends tried to make up reasons for why he was being punished, saying he must have been a horrible sinner. Instead of actually investigating what may be the case, they were jumping to conclusions and didn't trust God. Do we pursue wisdom? There are mines where people dig silver and places where gold is made pure. Iron is taken from the ground and copper is melted out of rocks. Miners bring lights and search deep into the mines or for ores in thick darkness. Miners dig a tunnel far from where people live, where no one has ever walked. They work far from people swinging and swaying from ropes. Food grows on top of the earth, but below ground things are changed as if by fire. The look for wisdom is not the same journey we take for something tangible. When we see someone work hard for something, we think that whatever they are looking for, they are going to find. But that is not the case. That is not the case because they are fighting for the wrong thing. Wisdom is hidden. But where is wisdom found, and where does understanding live? People do not understand the value of wisdom. It cannot be found among those things who are alive. Deep ocean says it is not in me. The sea says it is not in me. Wisdom cannot be bought with gold. Its cost cannot be weighed in silver. This helps show the difference between knowledge and wisdom. Knowledge can be seen and bought. We see this through the thousands and millions of dollars spent on degrees, online classes, books, and training. Wisdom, on the other hand, is not found in the same way and cannot be bought. Wisdom belongs to God. So where does this wisdom come from, and where does understanding live? It is hidden in the eyes of every living thing. Even the birds of the air, the places of destruction and death, say we have heard reports about it. Only God understands the way of wisdom, and he alone knows where it lives, because he looks at the farthest part of the earth and sees everything under the sky. Wisdom does not belong to anything on this earth. Wisdom belongs to God, being spiritual and part of the supernatural. It is created and understood by God only because he is seen beyond where we are able to search. What is wisdom? When God gave power to the wind and measured the water, when he had made rules for the rain and set the path for the thunderstorm to follow, then he looked at wisdom and decided its worth. He set up wisdom and tested it. Then he said to the humans, the fear of the Lord is wisdom. To stay away from evil is understanding. After God created and tested wisdom, creating its worth, he told his creation that wisdom is being in awe and respect of the Lord, and keeping from the evil is understanding. The end of the story. After the Lord had said these things to Job, he said to Eliphaz the Temanite, I am angry with you and your two friends, because you have not said what is right about me, as my servant Job did. Now take 7 bulls and 7 male sheep, and go to my servant Job, offer a burnt offering for yourself. My servant Job will pray for you, and I will listen to his prayer. Because Job's friends assumed and didn't look to God, they were then punished for their foolishness, and Job was brought back to his plentiful state tenfold. An application I took from this was, do not assume the way you are working is completely right. Always look to God with total certitude, for he is the only one who truly holds wisdom, aka don't be like Job's friends. Thank you.
Any comments or questions for Tianna?
Why did you choose that passage?
I think the whole book of Job is great. I think it's fun. Not fun. I think it's cool that through all these things that he went through, he was still able to look through God. And I feel like we can look at our life and be like, we go through all these hard things, and a lot of times we stray away from God because we think this thing is so big. But Job, because of Job went through all these hard things, he was still able to look to God.
Good answer.
Last question, Gail.
The NCV, the New Century Version.
Great job,